A little bit about 1-800-CONTACTS. We've been in business since the early 1990s. What we're trying to do is take directly to the consumer the opportunity to purchase contact lenses.
We will get those shipped to you right away.
Thank you for calling 1-800-CONTACTS.
We get between 40 and 45,000 phone calls a week from our customers. We give between 2,000 to 3,000 outbound calls and then answer about 5,000 customer emails. The contact center is critical to the success of the organization. Without the contact center, we can't create simple and exceptional experiences for our customers.
In the early years of 1-800-CONTACTS, we actually had 8 telephony switches in place.
Email didn't come into the queue, it was a silo. Inbound calls were their own silo, and we placed outbound calls manually.
So we really took the approach of, you know what, we need to integrate all of these switches into one common platform. During the RFP process, we were comfortable with the Cisco technology platform. What was new to us was the vendor arena that would deploy that solution. So as we looked at the various vendors, we recognized that Spanleak had some great expertise. Their leadership team was solid. They were actively engaged. They were very interested in what our business problems were. But more importantly, they had vision as to how we might be able to leverage the technology even further.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a prescription that you faxed in April.
Probably the most unique flexibility concept that we have within the business is what we call RX verification.
With every order, we do call the doctor just to verify it.
RX verification is where we actually are required by federal law to verify the prescription that any customer gives us. So in other words, we have to make a contact to the prescribing practitioner and verify that the prescription that the customer has given us is actually what that practitioner has on record. For every instance where we do not verify a prescription, it's subject to an $11,000 fine. So we have to do this right. With the Cisco solution, we are 100% confident that we are auditing and recording every call that we make on an outbound basis.
I actually do have an expiration date, so you'll be completely good to go with your order.
And as a result, working with Spanleak and with Cisco, we've been able to come up with solutions that we've deployed and we've been able to meet the business need.
So we answer 99% of our calls live and 90% within the first 5 seconds or by the second ring. That's really exceptional for most contact centers. Most people staff to answer somewhere about 80% of total calls received, so that sets us apart.
We have 425 agents. 150 of those agents work from home. You really can't tell a difference between the calls that are routing to them and the calls that are routing to the in-house contact center. We prioritize the emails and inbound phone calls and outbound phone calls for them. The system prioritizes that work. So they'll receive an inbound phone call first as the #1 priority, and as they handle those phone calls, then if an email comes in, that would be pushed to them as well.
I've been employed at 1-800-CONTACTS now for 8 years, working from home for 2 years. I'm in charge of 21 at-home agents that also work from home. So not having to commute a half hour to work and a half hour back from work saves me an hour a day and 250 hours a year that I can use spending with my children and my wife. One of the features that I actually use is a Cisco Supervisor Desktop.
It gives us very effective real-time information for those agents. We can see who called them, we can see who they called, and we can see if they went on break, when they were on lunch, every other piece of information that we need to effectively manage the agents.
One of the tools we use as managers is what's called Cisco Unity, and it allows me to check my messages. If I'm not at my desk and they leave a message on my phone, that message will actually pop up in my inbox.
We have had an exceptional experience. We have felt as though they are truly engaged and are a partner to our technology solution and our high demands.